Hello, everybody. Todd Woodbridge here again, and as promised, we're going to be bringing you all of our Australian players. And today, we're lucky enough to catch up with James Duckworth. Now, Ducks, welcome. First of all, tell us where you are and how you're doing.
Thanks, Todd. I'm just in my apartment in Brisbane. Going okay. Sort of same as most people. Just staying in isolation, trying to stay as occupied as I can. Not easy at times, but yeah, you got to do it.
So how have you been staying occupied? Because when we last saw you, you'd just come off making your debut for Australia in Davis Cup, and then I guess you were pretty pumped about going on with more matches, more tournaments, and that didn't work out for you.
Yeah, I'd gotten myself into a pretty good position ranking wise. Was looking forward to playing all the Grand Slams. I'd gotten myself into main draw of those. But yeah, like everyone, we've had to stop, and I guess I've been trying to keep myself busy physically. I was able to get a few pieces of equipment from the gym here at the academy. I've got a little watt bike in my living room, a few dumbbells, little bench, doing a bit of stuff there, and just been doing a few runs at the park, New Farm Park. I'm just trying to keep busy doing that.
This wasn't on the agenda, but you've had a little bit of an operation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been having some shoulder issues for about 9 months or so, and been sort of living on anti-inflams for a while. And yeah, just when the season was suspended, we thought it'd be a good chance just to try a small little arthroscope, and just see if we could improve something. And yeah, so just a little bit of an experiment, and now that we've got that time, hopefully it can help.
How long is it going to take for that to sort of re-heal and for you to do your rehab on it?
Yeah, well, so I actually spoke to Pat Rafter just before I had the surgery. He had the exact same one, and he came back. He came back after 7 weeks. He played doubles in Sydney after 7 weeks. But then it wasn't quite right. He was saying to play Aussie Open best of 5 sets the week after. So he then waited about, I think it was another 4 weeks to play. He started in Delray playing singles, and then so it was about 11 or 12 weeks before he played a singles match. So yeah, and it was the exact same thing. So I'm hopeful that I can recover in the same sort of time frame.
Now, you talk about being in isolation. We're catching you in your kitchen there in Brisbane. How are you doing in the domestic side of living when you're not used to that?
Yeah, so I mean, I've had to sort of take over. My girlfriend Madison, I live with her, and she's a doctor actually. She is working in general surgery at the Gold Coast Hospital. Right now, she's still just doing general surgery, but there was a meeting last week with quite a few of the doctors there, and as more patients start to come in with the coronavirus, they'll have to start taking doctors from other specialties to help out with the numbers. So she was sort of informed about all the different precautions, procedures, and everything they need to do for those types of patients. So she's been having some big days just with her own specialty, but then also covering for other doctors as well who have had to move into the corona ward. So yeah, I'm in charge of all the cooking, cleaning, doing the shopping. As yeah, she's leaving home most days at 6 and not home till 7. So yeah, a bit of a new role for me, being in charge of all those things. My cooking's been okay. I think she's eaten most things that I've prepared, which is good.
You're really at the front line of it.
Yeah.
It seems, which is so you've got a real understanding where a lot of us in isolation don't have that. But what about yourself in terms of another forced break? And you've taken a chance to have the shoulder done, but is this a different mentality for you, having had to stay away from the tour to recover from previous surgeries?
I guess the difference is just not knowing when the tour will come back. The tour was still going when I had those long breaks. So I guess I'm used to the extended breaks, but yeah, the tough thing I think for most of us is just that unknown as to when it will resume. So it's tough to sort of, I guess, prepare for that and train accordingly.
what other sort of things have you been doing in your isolation? I mean, social media, how you keeping in touch with your mates? How's that all affected you, and what are you doing with it?
I've been speaking to a lot of my family most days. My brother's stuck over in New York. He owns a couple of restaurants over there, so he's stuck in lockdown. So we speak most days. We play a bit of mini golf online, which entertains us. Done a puzzle, did a 1,000-piece puzzle last week, and yeah, just a lot of speaking to family and friends.
You've got a disability because you have had these long breaks. What would you say to your fellow players out there to get out of this break and how they could go about it?
I mean, I guess you got to just try and stay positive and try and I guess keep yourself as busy as you can. Try and stay as fit as possible, and I guess try and just mentally prepare yourself for when the tour is going to come back, even though you don't know that.
We just heard that we obviously lost Wimbledon and we've been pushed back in terms of dates. How are you going to prepare yourself to be ready for when that date eventually does come to us?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay as fit as possible, doing my bike sessions, doing my little gym routines, trying to stay on top of that, so that when we do come back, I'm not too stiff and sore the first few practices, and I guess when the tennis centres open up, I'll be looking to get down and hit plenty of balls.
Have you got a message for everybody out there that you'd like to give?
Oh, I think everyone, we just have to sort of try our best to stay positive, follow the advice of the government. We obviously know that staying home and staying isolated is helping the medical services to flatten that curve, and that's the best way to save lives.
We're all trying to keep ourselves entertained in various ways. We talked about fitness and what might happen when you come back, but what about other stuff, like what are your favourite shows on TV? What have you been reading? I know you're a bit of an academic as well. Tell us about that stuff.
I guess I've spent a lot of my time, watching a few TV shows on Netflix and also on Amazon. I've watched the Test. That was an awesome series. Everyone should watch that. Really enjoyed sort of getting the insight into the Aussie cricket team. And then I also just finished Ozark. It's a really good season that I've been watching. I watched the first couple of seasons last year, and the third season just came out, so I smashed that, and those two are pretty popular shows.
You love your sport too. You must be missing your footy.
Yeah, it's tough. As soon as NRL was suspended, I knew I was in a little bit of trouble. Yes, not a whole lot, to watch on TV. There's still a few horse races, but I'm not really into that. So it's tough not having that.
All right, Dux, it's been great to have you. Thanks for giving us your time, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll check in with you in a couple of weeks' time to see how you're faring.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for having me.